Bonjour, bonsoir, dear friends. I'm very fortunate to be in the city of love, in the city of charm, and in the city of culture, Paris. I am in the heart of it, in the first arrondissement, Rue Saint-Honoré. We're going to be having an incredible bottle of wine, and I'm going to open it for you the French way. Up, very gentle, oop. And I'm here to serve a great friend of mine. She's been on a cruise with us, and we've had an incredible time. And I could not think of anyone more charming, beautiful, and inspirational to interview than Evva Fenison. She is gorgeous, as you can see now. And Evva Fenison is our ultimate star woman entrepreneur. Cheers, Evva. Welcome to Paris.
Thank you, Jean-Charles. What an incredible week we have had.
What a time. What was the big highlight? So, dear friends, just to make sure you know, we were on an amazing cruise on the Seine River, started in Paris together, and then went all the way to where the American forces saved Europe. Yes. On the beaches of Omaha and others, Utah, and came back to Paris where we are now. So yes. What was the big highlight for you?
I think my top highlights of the week, the top highlight had to be Normandy. What an emotional, spiritual experience. I just felt the souls of all those people who gave up their human bodies and gave up their lives so that we can enjoy. And I am so grateful to them and grateful to be in this wonderful city with a wonderful man.
Well, Evva, thank you. So Evva Fenison is an entrepreneurial icon. As you could see as well, she's in many magazine covers on art, luxury, lifestyle, and travel. She's been doing amazing things in her life. And I would like to say first, I commend you as a lady to have achieved so much.
Thank you.
In such a short period of time, because she's a baby. And two, how did you follow your passion? How did it get started that you did what you did?
It really got started when I was young, 22 years old, and a little bit by accident. But now when I think about it, nothing in my life happens by accident. I am definitely guided by something that my friends will all laugh at me and say, she leads a charmed life. Everything seems to just magically happen for me. So I am very grateful to be guided so much. But when I was 22, I was able to enter the franchise development industry and really excelled in a very few short years until I was 24 in that industry, when an unfortunate thing happened. And the company that I was working for, where I was very happy to be national marketing director, ended up going sideways. And there I was at 24, unemployed, thinking, how am I going to recover this? And so I started my own company at 24, and it became the top company in North America doing franchise shows. And I sold it a few years ago.
And how do you decide? I mean, Evva, this is a big deal. One, you're 24. Two, you take the daring and audacious step to say, I'm going to create my business. I mean, were you unconscious?
I was unconsciously competent. Somehow
Fantastic.
I knew what I was doing. I remember people would ask me to train them in doing franchise sales and development. And I would say, I can't train you because I don't know how I do it. There's different levels of consciousness. And there are people that are unconsciously incompetent. They don't know what they're doing, and they don't know what they're doing.
That's right.
There are people that are consciously incompetent. They don't know what they're doing, but at least they know they don't know what they're doing. Then you have people that are consciously competent. They're good at what they do, and they know they're good at what they do. And then there's people that are unconsciously competent. And I think I was one of those at a young age, thanks to God, that was unconsciously competent. Somehow I managed to create things. I don't know how I did it, but it takes some belief in yourself.
And how do you learn to believe in yourself? Because you're such a great inspiration, and I know you had an incredible upbringing in Newfoundland, Canada, and you spent a lot of time with your grandparents.
Yes.
And you had that generational phenomenal influence within who you are today.
Absolutely.
But how do you do this?
I think that my grandparents gave me an amazing gift. My grandparents came from Poland, and they went through World War II and ended up, both of them, in concentration camps. And after they were able to escape the concentration camps, got together and were married in Beirut, Lebanon. Fast forward to myself growing up in Prince Edward Island, very small island in Canada, with my grandparents who emigrated to Canada and built a tourist resort. They taught me the meaning of hard work. They really taught me to go after your dreams. And every day they said to me, you are living in the best country, North America, the best place on earth, and take advantage of those opportunities because they may not last your entire lifetime. So I would encourage any young person to follow your dreams. And there's a great saying, if you shoot for the moon, the worst that can happen if you fail is you fall amongst the stars.
Well said. Now, what do you think from your upbringing you learn the most, besides what you've mentioned, and could be a great takeaway from everyone with us today?
A great takeaway from what I learned is that you have to take chances, and you have to take risks, and you can't be afraid to be yourself. And one of the people in my life who I admire the most happens to be sitting right beside me.
Thank you.
In terms of being yourself. Jean-Charles does not, he's not embarrassed, he's not self-conscious, he is himself. And I adore that. Too many people are worried about what other people think. And when you worry about what everyone else is thinking of you, you can't truly be your best self. So I admire you for teaching us all how to really be our best selves and to embrace our passion, our wildness, our whatever it is that you have inside of you. Don't be afraid to let it out.
Oof, I'm going to have a toast to that. Don't be afraid to let it out and be yourself. This is such a great recommendation, advice, and suggestion. So what does this one make you feel? This is JCB number 13, Burgundy, of course, we're in France. And this is one of my favorite rosé we can ever have. So we're sitting in this 18th century room and having a great time and great discussion.
We're sitting in a palace, which is absolutely incredible. I looked at one of the chairs. I'm like, oh, I saw those chairs at the Louvre.
Those things happen. It's not far away.
Those things happen.
I borrow furniture on a regular basis. I just don't have to return it that quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to have that. This is incredible. It's one of my favorites because my lucky number is 13.
Ooh.
My grandfather had P.O. Box 13 in Kensington, Prince Edward Island. And when I was little, he would teach me the postal code, which was COB1MO. And it's appropriate today because he would say to me, Evva, it's come on, baby, I moved over.
I love that. Would you pair that with one of your childhood favorite dish, which, you know, when you're in Prince Edward Island, this is the motherland of lobster, right?
It is. I grew up on so much lobster. My grandfather was a doctor, and he would get paid by the lobster fishermen in lobster. So we literally had deep freezes filled with lobster. I had lobster for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. I was the kid that would trade my lobster sandwiches at lunch for the other kids' peanut butter and jelly.
Wow. Would you pair that? You so kindly brought us a beautiful Arnaud Larère, who is an amazing, what we call in France, meilleur ouvrier de France, MOF. It's a very big deal. He's from Brittany and we were very close to it. So this is so kind of you. I suggest, you know, I don't know what you think, but we should indulge. Look at the beautiful presentation, dear friends. This is a work of art.
It is.
This is incredible. And I think we should have a chocolate with it.
I think we should.
Which one are you?
I am going to go
Ooh,
for this one.
look at that.
So beautiful.
It's so exciting. What is your big, as we please, let's chin chin.
Chin chin.
We had camembert together.
We did.
so
We won't try that with the chocolates. Oh my goodness. Now I understand why he is the top chocolatier in France.
You are so kind and so thoughtful.
Well, you have given me so many gifts over the years that the least I can do is
Thank you.
bring you a few chocolates.
So your big observation in France after just a full week of indulging, meeting a lot of amazing people,
Yes.
touring incredible historical places from the Manet Gardens to Versailles to naturally, the beaches, as we said, to so many other phenomenal places. What's your view of this phenomenal country?
Well, we came here a week ago and we boarded a beautiful ship. And the name of the ship really exemplifies the spirit of Paris, the spirit of France. The name of the ship is the Joie de Vivre.
So with Joie de Vivre, we bring more bubbles. So you were featured in many magazines. And I'm going to show again this cover. As you can see, dear friend, Evva Fenison, entrepreneurial icon. So give us your view of what entrepreneurship is about. What is it to feel the need to start your business and then to actually do it and build an amazing business? And I know it's a lot of questions in one, but all of us would love to be inspired.
I believe that entrepreneurship really comes down to taking responsibility for yourself and for the people that are going to help you in building that business. So taking responsibility for yourself, there's nothing in my company that I wasn't willing to do. I wouldn't ask somebody to do something that I wasn't willing to do myself. And taking responsibility for the people that are going to help you build your organization, because they are the lifeblood of any company. And I would always say, I will hire attitude and teach skill. If somebody said to me, I'm skilled, but I have a bad attitude, no, I'm not hiring you. I will hire attitude and teach skill all day long, because you can't teach attitude. You can't teach what you have. No. The joie de vivre. So it's something that I believe in entrepreneurship, you have to be responsible for yourself and for others and take risks, like you said earlier.
Extremely well said. And I would again toast to this. I totally agree.
There's a lot of toasting going on.
For sure. But it's so important. It's very true that in our world, which is wine or jewelry or fragrance, that's the one thing you cannot teach is the allure, the style, the personality of the human beings associated with you. And that's why, don't you think we should all have a big attitude about life in general?
Yes. We should live life to the fullest, and we should not be small. I think so many people that I have seen recently in the world are playing small. They're afraid to take chances. And I am here to encourage young, old, it doesn't matter what age you are. I have seen people start companies at 50, at 60. My ex-husband started a company at 55 that has gone through the roof. So there's no age, there's no male, female, there's no reason somebody needs to play small.
What is the thing you haven't done that you wish to share with us that you're planning to do, or the field of the area after all that success you would like to undertake?
I really would like to encourage both men and women, but I guess more women, young women, to be able to be entrepreneurs and to take matters into their own hands and find a passion. If you love music, turn it into a business. If you love jewelry, turn it into a business. Take what you love and make it a passion. and
Has
make
it been a
business.
challenge for you as a woman to have gradually grown to the business size you've had and all the things you've done?
It hasn't been a challenge because I lead a charmed life. So somehow it has all been very flowing easily for me. I do have a lot of sayings that kind of guide me. It's funny, I'm writing a book right now. The book will be done probably in the next 2 months.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's coming up quick.
exciting.
And,
Another opportunity to come on our live.
Yes.
We'll do a big
Okay,
live on the book.
we're going to do a live on the book. So we haven't figured out the title of the book yet, but we're possibly naming it Evolution.
Of course.
And then I've done
With a double
chapters.
V, dear friends. EVVO.
EVVA.
Of course.
You're so
Provocation.
cute. I just got it. So the chapters in the book are going to be all my sayings I live by. I love my sayings. One of them is, if it doesn't flow, let it go. If something I'm pushing, trying to make it work, if it really isn't flowing, I'll say, what is guiding me in another direction? Maybe I shouldn't be pushing so hard here. I should look over there. If it doesn't flow, let it go. There's a great book that is called Power versus Force. And if you try to force something, it's like a magnet. It will push against each other and actually push you away. Forcing is bad. Power is attracting something to you. And if you have inner power and inner confidence, you attract the right people, the right opportunities, and you have to be aware of that energy, though. Everything is energy, and you have to be aware of the energy and especially the people that you're surrounding yourself with. That's why I love being surrounded by your world. The world of Jean-Charles is energy, is passion, is aliveness. It's our boat. It's short of you.
So we are sitting on a confidant chair. So this is a chair that was actually developed for ladies or gentlemen, or either or together or apart, to have very unique discussion as confidence. If there's one confidence you wish to give us and share with us, what would that be?
A
Evva?
confidence that I wish to share with you. Goodness.
Something very secret.
I was
None of us
waiting for the
know.
difficult question, and here it is.
Well, maybe before you answer that one, what's your passion?
My confidence, I would have to say right now, I would really like to find a wonderful gentleman to spend the second half of my life with.
Ooh, this is
There's-
a proposal to all of you, dear friends, with us
There's
today.
your confidence.
Wow.
You know, but like
Thank
I
you
said,
for sharing.
you have to take risks.
Yes.
And that was a big risk.
Well, it is indeed.
So
I saw many on the dance floor during the cruise were being like, fabulous, attracted, energistic bees around the magnetism of our queen bee. So it was active.
We had the most incredible time dancing till amazing hours of the morning.
Thank God we had the bubbles to keep you.
We had the
That's
bubbles. We had so much incredible JCB wine. Oh my goodness. It was incredible.
Escalation of senses. So if you had one big statement for everyone with us today, from where we are to where we sit in this world, to what we've lived, to where we're going, to where the status of the world is, what would be your big address to our friends from all around the world, for that matter?
For all around the world, my big few words would be aware. Be aware of yourself. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the people that you surround yourself with. And be conscious. Really internalize and look at another person and see things from their point of view, not just your own. I always say that I can see all sides of the circle. That's why I would have been a really bad lawyer, because I can argue either side because I can empathize with each person.
Yes.
So I think that's the big takeaway, is we need to have more empathy, and we need to really see the other person's perspective before we judge and we quickly cut people off, and we be aware of yourself.
I love it. What a great advice. Dear friends, directly from Paris, spring of 2022, I'm with the famous Evva, those gorgeous red hair floating on the top of the Eiffel Tower and on the Seine River. We cannot wait to see you again soon. Evva, merci beaucoup.
Merci, Jean-Charles.
À toi. Santé.
Santé.